quite a bit here in the off season. Kind of tell me about going there, getting you working in the barn, and you two knowing probably you're going to have a much bigger role this year with Zach not here.
Yeah, no, I had a camp that I put on for some college guys to not only work on basketball skill, but also themselves mentally and spiritually. So he was just lucky. Obviously we're lucky to have him to be a part of that, and we worked hard. So I'm proud of him, put in the work, and yeah, we obviously, since he's my teammate, we worked on some Purdue specific things that we can look at and look forward to this year.
Courtney said form shooting was one of your real emphases.
Courtney Dove? Yeah, it was, because I've never, I was growing up, going into high school, I was always pretty much the biggest guy, so like I never really got to shoot growing up, and so like no one taught me how to form shoot. So I think working with Courtney on form shooting, and obviously her and JD, Jordan Delks, both incredible shooters, so yeah, just picking their brain a little bit, as well as some other guys that were up there on shooting. And so they said that was one of the biggest things that helped. So,
is that going to be important for you? I assume you're going to start off at the 5. I assume.
Yeah.
Obviously, things remain to be seen, but how important is it for you to be able to stretch the floor from that position?
It's big. I mean, that's where the game is, right? That's where I think we can, especially with my athletic ability to go around bigger guys. I think being able to hit the 3 ball, kind of get them out, and then you can, it opens up the floor. So I think that'll be big time.
Just how big of an opportunity is this for you? All of Zach's post touches, being up for grabs, and you presumably being the guy who gets a lot of them.
Yeah, no, it's a huge opportunity for me. I'm not stupid. I feel like I could have, if I got double the amount of touches I did last year, triple the amount of touches right there, I'd be one of the leading scorers on the team. I mean, just respectfully, honestly. So, but we had an incredible team. I mean, so it's one of those things where I'm proud of the roles that I've been given. But this year I do got to step it up and take advantage of the greater bulk of shots I'm gonna get.
How is playing drop coverage defensively for you?
For me?
Yeah, if that's what you're doing.
Well, today we worked on drop because we were trying to get, especially the new guys, to work on veers. But for me, I think I'd be more of a red guy, more of a switch guy, especially if we're playing that kind of small ball lineup. But obviously it depends on who we have on the floor. So I'm comfortable doing both. I started out doing more of drop, and then last year I did more of red. So I'm comfortable doing both, to be honest with you.
Did you put more of a conscientious effort into nutrition in the off season?
Yeah, absolutely. I even moved. I'm not going to be living at Fuse. I'm going to be living at, there's a place called Revive by Chick-fil-A. So I'm going to be going to the dining courts more. They've got a good salad bar, chicken breasts. They've got a lot of, different things. And then, Braden also said that he's hooking up with a girl that's going to, I think it's like $15 or something for like pre-made meals, and working with our nutritionist here. So that's going to be one of the biggest things for me.
You going to disguise yourself when you go to the dining courts?
No, I went a decent amount last year, even though I was, quite a distance away. But no, it's fun interacting with the students. I miss that. A lot of guys don't recognize we don't get like the typical college experience because we're, so consumed with athletics. So it's kind of cool getting to know the students here.
When you were getting post touches, but Zach's also in there clogging up a lot of space. Do you prefer to have maybe more room to work with than, obviously, there was a lot of guys just hanging out in the post last year?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, yeah. I feel like every time I got the ball on the block, it was almost like a double team, right? If I beat my man, there was another guy that was waiting there. So there's that, but it was also the combination of Zach's, again, so dominant that I may go a couple games without getting like a post touch. So when you get the ball, you're not really in rhythm, you're not expecting it, and so I missed a bunch of like bunnies that I would normally hit last year. So yeah, no, I'm just excited to, like I said, be rhythm, get consistent touches.
How much of a job is it to tweak your jump shot?
I've thought about that a lot. I'm of the opinion now that I think it's one of those things where I've actually done a lot of studies on it, and like what mentally you're thinking about when you're shooting, whether it's more of a form thing. I've put a lot of time into it. So I think right now, mechanics wise, I'm fine. I just gotta, make sure I'm mentally thinking of the right things when I'm shooting. I know it's kind of a technical thing, but I know a lot of times, especially when I was at the free throw line, I would think naturally because of who I am, like how the ball felt on my hands or how, and like the studies show that if you think of like more of like the focus, so just making the shot instead of how the ball actually feels in your hands, like your brain retains more of the information better.
So a lot of people on this team have said you're a pretty critical thinker about everything. Is there a danger in overthinking things sometimes, maybe a little bit?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a double-edged sword for me. It slows me down, but other times, especially when I have the ball in my hands, there's some plays that I'm able to make that other people aren't able to make. Just 'cause I'm processing. But yeah, it's a double-edged sword. It's always been that way.
Now that you've been here for a while, how, I guess, do you embrace your role as a leader? And I don't know, you don't seem like a very outspoken guy, sometimes kind of quiet guy, but as a veteran and a team with a lot of freshmen, you've got to be a leader of this team.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like I said, it was one of those situations where in the role I was last year, I didn't have to be that guy. So I was kind of more reserved, more to myself, and we won a lot of games. But because of the different role, I am going to have to step up. I've tried to do a better job of socializing with my teammates, getting out more, hanging out with my teammates more, just getting to know the new guys and getting them caught up. I think, especially with this team, we're going to play faster. A lot more people are going to get shots. And so just getting everybody situated and understanding the system has been my biggest goal.
Thanks, Trey.